right. Well, that was quick.
That
We're
was quick.
live. Good
Yes.
morning.
Good morning and good afternoon, good evening, wherever you might be in the world or whenever you're watching this. It is great to be here with you again this morning and have Susie with me while I'm going live. Welcome, Susie.
Good morning, Lee. I'm so happy to be here with you. Thanks for letting me jump in with you on the studio.
Positively. So this morning we thought we would just navigate positive prime a little bit and show you how to personalize a session, because that's really crucial. When we personalize the session, when we see the places or the people, images of what we want to be or where we want to be, it really impacts our brains on a deeper level, right? So you see the positive quotes, you see other images, and they're all really great. But when it's yours, it just really resonates. So I want to show you how we do that. I'm going to share my screen and pop on over to, you know what, when our pictures get behind us and I can't see us anymore.
I can
There
totally
we
relate. I
go.
always have too many tabs.
Right? So here we are. I have logged into Positive Prime. I hope you've all done that already. And don't forget to let us know what your first session was that you watched. But when you log in, here's your dashboard where you first come to. And there are featured sessions. Those change all the time. I love just checking them out because sometimes I won't go searching for different ones, but these are neat ones. Coaching pearls. We're going to talk some more about coaching pearls one of these days coming up, but be sure you activate your coaching pearls and you will get a whole list of little nuggets of awesome information. You can go to the top 10 sessions and that will show you which ones have been viewed the most times. Go to my sessions. So when you watch a session in Positive Prime, if it's one that you really like, you can mark it, give it a little heart when you watch it, and it'll show up in your own My Sessions area. So you can bookmark your favorites. But here's what I really love, my gallery. Oh, here, whew.
Sometimes it takes a
Oh
little time
my.
to load. I know, I was like, that can't be right. There can't be no gallery. Nope, it takes a minute to load your 87 images that you have brought in to see in your sessions.
Yes. Oh, goodness. Just a little bit of a scare there. So I've loaded a whole bunch of personal images, and I'll just show you some of them real quick. This is me down in Florida, relaxing. I want to be there again. Click X, there we go. I've got this here is the first bouquet of roses I got from my honey. This is one of my daughters. So we know through research that this pose, the power pose, can bring that confident energy into our beings. And here's my daughter. She's at the top of a local mountain, Mount Monadnock in New Hampshire. And she jumped up and said, "Wahoo." So I captured that. Let's see, where is my little man? Well, this isn't my favorite one, but here's my grandson. And of course, when I see pictures of him, I just smile. It's a happiness that goes through my whole body. Those are feelings that I want to invoke, that I want to be in the midst of. Being proud of this daughter when she graduated from college. Some of the places that I want to be traveling to my favorite destinations. see, on this page, I think it is. This is where I vacationed probably the first 30 some odd years of my life. I have such memories here. And at some point, Rick and I are going to have a piece of land where we build our own little cottage like this. And it'll have that running brook in the back that we hear while we're laying in bed, and the sound of all nature. And so I've got this picture here to remind me that that is one of my goals. It's where I want to be. So think about what you want. Where do you want to be able to vacation? What are your goals? What are your passions? What makes you happy? What makes you laugh or just feel strong and courageous? Those are the types of images that you want to add to your gallery. I am a first responder chaplain, so here's one. It reminds me of being at a crisis scene and the people who I have passion to serve. So those are just some of mine. And here's how you add them. You go into my gallery, choose select images. No, I'm sorry, wrong one. Choose add images. Click here to find the ones that you want. And I'm just going to choose a random one. This is me and my dog Shadow. I clicked on the image. It shows up right over here. And then I can click upload. It'll take just a minute. And then it'll be added to your gallery. It's as easy as that. And then when you want to watch a session, let me see. I am going to choose Susie's session to watch, as I love it. So you can search if you know the creator of the session you want to watch, or a topic, a word that might be in the title. You can search up here. Here's her session, and I want to personalize it. So I've already uploaded my favorite images. I come here to personalize. And I tend to, just because I love all the ones I have, I select all, but you certainly could choose which ones you want just by selecting and then coming down and deselecting the check mark. Or you cannot select all and just choose the ones that you want. Then come on over here and play the session. I am happy. I'm going to speed us up a bit. There was my cabin. There was another one from vacationing. That's my dad. I want to be just like him. So, you probably, because they're not your images, you don't know which ones are ones that I chose, other than when I tried to pick them out for you. But it really makes such a difference. Susie, maybe you can say something about your experience with having your own images.
You know, I have to say I'm glad that we're spending a little time to talk about it today because it took me a couple of months to really spend some time and collect some images. I quickly added a couple and enjoyed it. It is always fun to say, I call them the Easter eggs, right? Like on video games. Oh, there's my image. Also, as some of the favorite slides as you get used to a session. Oh, there's that bunny that is eating a daisy. And it just gives you that little extra spark in the midst of enjoying the rest of the session. And I wanted to say too about the name, just the way that we immediately respond to things that bring us an emotion. When we see our name, it's also something that we respond really positively to, and that's why you'll see your name pop up in throughout your session, also by design. So it was actually after a special workshop that Kim helped co-host with me following the summit that I hosted last fall. So I shared her interview, but when she led a workshop and talked about the real potential, the benefits of seeing more and more of not only the photos of your happiest moments, but also the photos of your goals, your dreams. Like Lee was sharing about her dream of having a cabin in her favorite family vacationing spot. It just helps you integrate that. What you can see, you can reach so much more easily. And so it's really, really marvelous to start taking that time. It takes a few minutes. You might do a couple of images a day. I spent one day and went through old Facebook albums and saved a bunch of Facebook photos from funny moments that I didn't even have in my own, hard drive, and added those into my session. So you can chip away at it. You can set aside a block of time, or you can just take a few minutes and grab images as they come back to you. Oh, that minute, right? I had that a photo of that experience. Let me bring that into my session and
Uh,
seize the
so,
moment.
yeah. Sometimes, hopefully, oftentimes, we take care to provide our physical body with the nutrients and delicious foods that we need. The same way we want to feed our minds with that which makes us healthier and more inspired, because that's how we're going to be successful. So our success work for today is, and I'll add this in a post later on, but share in the comments what your favorite photo is. What photo did you upload to your image gallery? And Susie, you were going to say something about how people can find our posts.
Yes, yes, just to make sure there's no confusion in catching up, staying current. Sometimes it gets really overwhelming, especially with a lot of posts being added or comments. When you're in the group here, underneath of the announcement and before the feed, the discussion starts, Facebook likes to post in order of new activity, which might be the most recent comment. So if you switch that to recent post rather than recent activity, you'll see what we've posted most recently. But you can also always see things in order by going over to guides. So across the top under the banner image, you can click on guides. And as we're adding posts every day, we're putting them over there. So that'll actually start you at the top in guide number 1 and take you in order that way too. So we don't want you to get overwhelmed. We're sharing a lot to have us, coming up and showing up in your news feed, and keep the engagement so you remember to integrate this new habit, because that's the tough part about new habits, is coming back to them regularly. And so we want you to not be overwhelmed. So you can go either one of those two methods to keep things in order as we continue on.
Yay. Good to see you today, friends. And we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye
We'll be
for
back
now.
tomorrow. So excited to see your images. Hope we see those in your success work, and we'll be posting ours as well. Have a terrific
Yes.
day.
Bye.